When you learn how to actually pray, everything changes. And you see, the big problem is that most of you watching this video right now have been taught how to pray incorrectly. It's not your fault. You know, the people that you held as authorities and teachers, they taught you the wrong way because they also didn't know, right? And in this video, I'm going to explain to you how prayer works and how, when you understand how it works and you actually do it, that you start importing the things that you want into your life. You start creating the desired reality that you want, right? So, firstly, I need to let you understand that you are already an expert at prayer. You have been praying your entire life. And I'm not talking about putting your hands together and praying to a man in the sky. That's not what I'm talking about. You have been an expert at prayer your entire life. The reason this is because prayer is concentrated emotional meditation. That is what prayer is. I'm going to say it one more time. Concentrated emotional meditation. So how do I know you've been praying your entire life? Because you live in reality. So whatever you have focused on with emotional intent has imported itself into your reality. The problem is that most people focus their emotional intent on things that they do not want. They focus on poverty. They focus on lack, depression, low self-esteem, all these sorts of negative things that they don't want in their life. And since they've thought that way, it's imported into their reality and they see that as real and that's what they believe because it's reinforced every single day. And so that's what they believe. And then when they believe it, they have emotional attachment and emotional connection and emotional meditation on the things that they do not want. Concentrated emotional meditation. This is what prayer is. You understand? Prayer is not begging somebody in the sky for things. So that's where you've been, I can't say it's malicious. I can't say you've been fooled. You've just been misinformed. All right? Secondly, you need to understand that you get every single thing you have prayed for. Now that you understand prayer is concentrated emotional meditation, you should understand that you get every single thing you have prayed for. Because whatever you have concentrated on emotionally has imported into your life. All the things that you didn't want to have happen and you focused on and they imported into your life, and you're wondering why your life is like this when you watch all the manifestation people and watch all the spiritual people and sit down and write your affirmations and sit down and do your certain meditations and sit down and do all the stuff that you're doing, and you're wondering why it's not working because you're missing components and you're not understanding that you get whatever you pray for. Be very mindful of what you focus on. Be very mindful of what you say because speech itself attaches to frequency. Speech is direct physical realm frequency. Be very careful what you say. There are people saying, oh, I'm depressed, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that. All these things that they don't want in their life. When I was broke, you know what I said I was? I said I was rich. That I was wealthy. And I found elements in my life that proved to me I was rich. And I didn't have no money. You understand? So you get whatever you pray for because you're getting whatever you're focusing on. And you have such emotional power connected to it that it's impossible for it not to be a reality. So if you attached emotional concentration to the things that you desire, your reality would change. You understand? Your reality would change. Thirdly, you've been taught basically the wrong technique. You've been taught the wrong technique, all right, when it comes to prayer. So basically, I don't know why my brow looks so furrowed, so angry. I promise you I'm not furrowing my brow, but whatever. You've been taught the wrong technique in terms of prayer. What do I mean by this? Well, you already know this, man. You've been taught to beg, okay? You've been taught to beg and plead for what it is you want out of life. Beg and plead to a being in the sky who gives out favor and luck, when really that being in the sky that you think is separate from you is you. Spiritual, mental, and physical are all connected. You have the spiritual within you. You have the creative and manifestation power of God within you because you are God. When you start understanding this, everything changes, because who answers prayers? God. Which means you answer prayers, which means you're responsible for your prayers importing into your life. You don't beg for things to happen in your life. Let me ask you something. When's the last time somebody begged you for something and you actually wanted to give it to them? Universe is the same way. I keep telling y'all, the manifestation and seduction are very similar. Ladies, when's the last time a man begged you to be with you and you wanted him? You didn't want him. You know what I mean? You don't want the people begging who are desperate. Because the people who are most desperate in life, for instance, for money, they don't get it. You understand? The people who need the sheets the most, they don't get them. Because they're begging for it. Now imagine if because a lot of people conceptualize God as this entity separate from them that hands out favor and luck and answers prayers. Okay, so let's imagine that for a second, even though that's not the case. Let's imagine that you're that being, okay? And you see somebody begging every single day, please God, please help me get rich, please pay me, please give me random money in my bank account. They're begging you, okay? And they're begging you with all their emotional power. So it's not even like how I did it, because I can't attach emotional power to begging, fortunately. So now imagine there's another person who is moving like they're going to get it with you or without you, which means they're going to get it anyways, which means you might as well help them. They're already on the path to making it happen. You just need to give them a little boost, a little push. You understand? Begging doesn't get you what you want. It never has. And you see, the thing with begging is people that give to beggars oftentimes, I mean, I still give to people who beg and homeless people and that type of thing. But for the most part, people who do that, they're serving a guilt charge, which means you have an emotional charge in you around guilt. You know, your parents made you feel guilty about something, or church or religion made you feel guilty. So you give away your money so you feel better about your guilt. But here's the thing. If you're too guilty, you will become too altruistic and you will lose all of your money and you won't have any money. We know people like this. We know people like this, and they're often involved in the church, right? Super church people that give away all their money, and then their lives are trash and very difficult and very hard, and they're scrounging for money all the time, but they give away their money. But that's because the church has indoctrinated them into guilt. You understand? So be very careful about guilt, because guilt will make you lose money. But back to begging. Don't beg for what you want. You need with or without you energy. It means you're getting it with or without. You're good with it and you're good without it. You understand? I was talking to a salesman today. He sold me on a package, a membership thing for this resort, which I thought was pretty nice. You know, the benefits and shit were good, so I took it. But he had with or without you energy. He was fine if I bought. He was fine if I didn't buy. I said, okay, well, this guy's not desperate and he's not begging me. This makes me more likely to buy. If you do the same thing, it means it's more likely for your desired reality to import into your life, because you have with or without you energy. You understand? So don't beg. So now that you understand that prayer is concentrated emotional meditation, that you get whatever you pray for and not to beg, how do you actually pray? Well, all you have to do is concentrate your emotional meditation on your desired reality. That's really all you have to do. Feel the way you would feel should you have the things that you want. And if you did have them, you wouldn't care much about them anyways. You would be, here's the thing about gratitude, what people don't understand about gratitude, right? Gratitude is a very powerful frequency because you can only be grateful for the things you have. Do you understand? You can only be grateful for the things you have. You have life, you have health, you have family, you have money, you have a place to live, you have clothes. You are grateful for all these things because you have them. So when people talk about gratitude, a lot of the times they're just BSing people because they heard it in some book. But the true gratitude, if you really want to manifest something into your life, be grateful for what you only have in imagination. Be grateful for what you have in imagination and actually connect to the feelings of that gratitude, of what you have in imagination, in the mental plane, because then that means you already have it. And it'll import into your reality, into your physical reality. I'm telling you, you connect to those feelings of gratitude for what is only in your mind. It's impossible for you not to get what you desire. Impossible. The key is the emotional connection. That's where people mess up, you know, is they think about these things, but they don't add any emotional charge to it. But I'm telling you, if you're grateful for what you have in imagination, that's all the prayer you need. If you just said thank you, that's literally all the prayer you need. Thank you. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Get the free Value Finder tool. And I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out here in Mexico for a little while. I'll probably shoot some more videos out here. Wifey's chilling. She'll be back on the videos when we go back home. But I hope y'all learn from this. Learn how to pray. Thank you. Peace.